It is rare for YouTube to release a feature that's simple to use, available to everybody, and most importantly, changes the algorithm that basically guarantees you more views. Well, luckily for you, today is that day. I'll be honest, when the YouTube's collaboration feature was first announced, it didn't really register on my radar of things to get excited about. It was mentioned along with a slew of other new features during the Made on YouTube event in September, and I was far more interested in stuff like sponsored segments and the likeness detection tool, none of which we've seen yet. And just like many of you, I saw that Mr. Beast Mark Rober video from a few months back, saw the collab feature in action, and thought to myself, is that it? How wrong was I? Typically, when YouTube add features like this, they're nothing more than a UI improvement or a visual enhancement. They're never designed to actually change the fabled and fiercely protected YouTube algorithm. However, this one is different, and I can prove it. But first, I need to show you how anyone, and I do literally mean anyone, can use this feature. So I have a brand new channel here with 0 subscribers, 0 views, no history whatsoever. And we're going to go to the only video that I've uploaded to the channel and go into the video details. And about halfway down the screen, you'll find the collaboration feature. As I said, anyone can use this. On the next screen, you can search for the channel on YouTube that you want to collaborate with. Once you've found the channel you're looking for, click on it and it'll take you to the next screen. Here you can decide whether or not you're willing to share your video analytics with a person you're collaborating with, and then click Create Link. This is a link that you're going to share with your collaborator, and we'll show you what happens with this link in a few seconds. But first of all, what you need to do is click on Share and then go back to the main screen where you can both manage your collaborations and, most importantly, click on Save. So yes, technically anybody can use this feature, but it does require an agreement between the channels to actually collaborate. Just because I set up a collaboration doesn't mean that the other channel is notified. It's all controlled through that link. So over on the vidIQ channel, I will need to use that link from the collaborator, which will then bring up this screen showing me the details of the content, the collaborator, and how the collaboration works. Only after I've accepted the collaboration is a connection actually formed. Any videos from channels you've been invited to collaborate with will be placed in this new collaborations tab in the content section of the YouTube Studio. At any point, I can withdraw my collaboration permission from the video, and the original collaborator can do the same thing from the video details page. And all of this can be done on a phone for the YouTube Studio mobile app. Like I said, anyone can use this. Through the customization section of the YouTube Studio, you can add a collaboration section to your channel homepage, and you can collaborate with up to 5 other creators on YouTube per video. With the ins and outs of the feature explained, let's move on to the ownership of a content, which is pretty simple to explain, but also pretty important. It doesn't do anything weird like duplicating the content for all of the channels you collaborated with. In very simple terms, it shares the discovery of the content with all channels involved in a collaboration. When it comes to the views, the watch time, and most importantly, the revenue, all of that goes back to the channel that originally hosted the content. So for example, you can't just have a massive channel collaborate with a tiny channel just to gift it millions of views, 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 watch hours. It doesn't work like that. Now yes, viewers can subscribe to any channel in the collaboration, but that's as far as the statistical benefits go. Like most YouTube features, the collaboration tool is simple, it's quick, it's accessible, it just works. But unlike many other YouTube features, it goes well beyond that. It has a clear and positive impact on results. To explain what I mean, let's take the new hype feature. It's supposed to help smaller channels reach new audiences by encouraging viewers to hype a video. This in turn pushes a creator's video up the hype leaderboard so that it's more discoverable. The challenge with this hype leaderboard is that it's self-contained within YouTube. YouTube users need to know, care, and use the hype leaderboard in order to find this new content. And critically, the support pages for the hype tool confirm that hyping does not impact YouTube's recommendation algorithm. Now maybe I've got this completely wrong, and do let me know in the comments if I have, but I'm not seeing the hype feature have a dramatic positive impact on anyone's channel. However, what these support pages of the collaboration tool say is far more interesting and exciting. It clearly states the goal of the feature is to recommend the video to the audiences of both content owner and collaborators. That's as close to saying this is an algorithm change as you're going to get from YouTube. And now we're going to take a look at how it does that. If you didn't already know, we've started a brand new vidIQ tutorials channel with loads of videos about how to use our tools to grow your presence on YouTube. Head on over if you haven't already, but the chances are, if you watch the main vidIQ channel, you've already seen some of these vidIQ tutorial videos pop up because we've been collaborating with it. Now let's give you a real world example. This is day one, video one on the new channel, and unsurprisingly, YouTube didn't do much with it, 10 impressions. But then on day two, we collaborated with the main vidIQ channel and impressions shot up to 5,200. Views experienced a similar upward trend, just 3 views on day one, 140 views on day two when we collaborated with the main channel. And if you know anything about YouTube metrics, this always has a crazy effect on CTR. It plummets from 20% on day one to just 2% on day two. But what would you prefer? 10 impressions or 5,000 impressions? Here's an example of where we collabed before the video went public, and that helped push over 45,000 impressions onto the video on day one. Now you could argue that this video is getting discovered regardless of the collaboration, but this is the telltale metric. Put simply, this shouldn't be possible. A video does not get most of its impressions and most of its views from subscriptions, especially when on that day there weren't enough subscribers on the channel to watch the video. Unless, obviously, the video is getting some help from somewhere. This account is subscribed to one channel, vidIQ, and look what the subscription feed is serving up. Collaborations between vidIQ and the tutorial channel. I know what you're thinking. Yes, this is the light bulb moment. So far, we've collaborated every single vidIQ tutorials video with the main channel. And as a result, more than half the views and over 60% of the impressions have come from the subscription feed. Which can only mean one thing. Forget everything I've been telling you for the last few years and smash that subscribe button. We also have a podcast YouTube channel that you should definitely visit, which we've also been collaborating the main channel with. And the useful thing here is that we can show you a before and after. It is very obvious where we started using the collaboration tool and the impact it's had on the channel's numbers. Now admittedly, so far, all we've done is take advantage of vidIQ's main channel as a collaborator. Essentially, all we're doing right now is sharing content within our own echo chamber. So what happens when we collaborate outside of vidIQ's sphere of influence?
The day for YouTube, you have to be authentic. That's the only way to be sustainable.
Travis recently interviewed and collaborated with the folks over at Speed with their 1.8 million subscribers. That's a very new, very fresh audience, and the analytics speak for themselves. Compared to every other video on a podcast channel, the collaboration video with Speed dwarfs them. And astonishingly, almost 90% of the views and 93% of the impressions come from the subscription feed. So when we think about the discovery potential of a video, the vidIQ podcast channel has this amount of reach. But when you combine it with the Speed channel, thanks to the collaboration feature, that reach explodes exponentially. And remember, all of this comes from a simple tool that anyone can use. If you have YouTube friends in high YouTube places. I can't ignore the fact that so far our collaborations have been between channels with under 10,000 subscribers with channels with over 1 million subscribers. What's realistically going to happen when two channels with under, let's say, 1,000 subscribers collaborate with each other? Well, I'm hoping some of you will be able to share your experiences in the comments below, but my guess would be an increase in discovery opportunity, that's impressions, of 10% or more. Not much I appreciate, but better than nothing, right? If we go back to YouTube's explanation of the collab feature, it's designed to recommend the video to audiences of both content owner and collaborators, which means that that video still has to be relevant and of value to the viewer. So with that in mind, I have 2 recommendations. Make sure you set up the collaboration before the video goes public, especially since it seems to be hitting subscription feeds more than anywhere else. And secondly, collab with creators who are talking about the same topics, the same niches, the same passion as you. This is community building, not view harvesting. Now, usually I try and cram these updates into 5 minutes or less, but I thought I'd mix things up today and give you basically the complete guide to this YouTube update. So let me know in the comments below if you prefer this style. And yeah, if you do want to check out that fantastic interview with Speed over on the vidIQ podcast channel, the video's right over here, right now. I guess you would call this shadow collabing? Is that against YouTube's terms of service?